There's a fear I never admitted out loud. Not to friends, not to family. It whispers, not screams. What's gonna happen to me? Will I be in a wheelchair? Will I end up alone in a nursing home needing someone to bathe me? I lost all my old friends, the ones before MS. And while everyone around me said, "Hey, he's just a dog," I had poured everything into him because he was the only one who never left. But let me back up. I was diagnosed with MS in 2004. At the time, I was living in Morris Plains, New Jersey. I had a great graphic design job in Summit, and I had a great girlfriend. Her name was Ellie. We met in college. My entire world existed in this little 10 square mile bubble. And inside that world, everything felt safe. Until one day in 2003. Ellie and I were painting the dining room of the condo my parents just helped me buy. We laughed because I kept stepping in the paint can. But the stumbling didn't go away. My GP thought it was an ear infection. It wasn't. Weeks of blood tests, then the MRI. My brain and spinal cord were covered in lesions.
MS lesions are areas of demyelination, where the immune system attacks the protective myelin sheath around nerves. This damage disrupts nerve signaling and leads to symptoms like imbalance, fatigue, and weakness. The presence of both brain and spinal cord lesions usually indicates a more widespread form of the disease.
The life I knew ended right there. Ellie tried to support me. In the beginning, she really did. But I pulled away because I couldn't keep up with her. I couldn't keep up with anyone. I started beta seron, but the fatigue kept growing, and so did the fear. Eventually, our relationship faded, and one day, she admitted to me she couldn't break up with me. I would have to do it. So I did. I went to work. I came home. I spent time with my cat, Jack. And that was it. Friends drifted away. My world got smaller. By 2007, I couldn't do it alone anymore. I called my mom and said I needed to come home. Within 24 hours, she flew to Newark and started packing. It was the beginning of the saddest chapter of my life. The effectiveness of beta seron wore off, and I relapsed for the last time. In 2008, I started Tisabri. It stopped the relapses, sure, but not the sadness, not the loss of the future I thought I was building.
Disease-modifying therapies like Tisabri are highly effective at halting new MS lesions, but they do not repair existing damage. Emotional loss, loneliness, and fear of the unknown can persist even when scans appear stable.
That fear followed me everywhere. And for a long time, It felt like I would never escape it.
Chronic stress and fear can elevate cortisol levels, which may contribute to neuroinflammation and accelerate MS progression. Emotional isolation has also been linked to poorer outcomes in autoimmune diseases. But the presence of a loyal companion, even a dog, can reduce stress hormone levels and promote a more resilient nervous system.
Until Crocker. In 2010, my mom found a nonprofit dog training center in Anacortes, Washington. We visited on puppy training day. But over in the corner was a 2.5-year-old purebred Labrador Retriever, white as snow. He didn't act like any other dogs there. He was calm, quiet. I walked over and started petting him. The trainer came up and said, "That's Crocker." He wasn't a puppy. He'd never been matched because he was different. He followed commands, sure, but in his own time, which made him a bad fit for everyone else, but perfect for me. He was me, in dog form. It turned out he wasn't just a dog. He became my best friend. When MS fatigue had me stuck in bed with my eyes closed, Crocker was right there beside me. Quiet, still, present. We were inseparable. I couldn't walk far. I used a quad cane indoors and a scooter outside. We lived on a hill. Every day, my mom, Crocker, and I went up to the grassy field at the top of it. We'd call him back and forth across that field, giving him commands and treats. It was a highlight of my days. In 2013, I bought a Bowflex and started lifting weights. Not to recover, just not to lose any more than I already had. I didn't know it then, but that was the spark.
Resistance training, especially when sustained over time, increases levels of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which supports neuroplasticity and may help promote remyelination in MS.
In 2016, we moved to Tucson, and I got serious. I started eating only one meal a day. I focused on sleep, on reducing inflammation, on UVB light exposure.
UVB light exposure triggers the production of vitamin D3 in the skin, a hormone-like compound that does far more than support bones. In multiple sclerosis, vitamin D3 helps regulate T-cell activity, reducing the autoimmune attack on myelin. Research shows that low vitamin D levels are linked not just to MS risk, but also to greater lesion burden, more relapses, and faster disability progression. Maintaining optimal levels may help calm immune overactivity and protect vulnerable brain tissue.
Then in 2019, he was gone. September 27th. It was a Sunday because we had gone to church that morning. Everything felt normal all day. But that night, he woke my parents up. Wanted to go outside. He walked back in. Then collapsed. We rushed him to a 24-hour clinic. My mom was in the back seat crying. I don't think he's breathing anymore. By the time we got there, it was too late. His spleen had likely ruptured. It was the most gut-wrenching loss of my life. But it became my turning point. That's when I started to see my purpose as something more. Not just surviving MS, but transforming it into a mission. A reason to keep pushing, to grow, to share. At first, I took it too seriously. I pushed too hard, like recovery could be forced if I just gave it more effort. In 2021, I thought I was relapsing. But the steroids didn't work like they used to. I had been overtraining. I went through many different variations, trying to find the perfect rhythm. For a while, I focused on working out every other day, thinking that it would give me enough recovery. Now, I've adopted a smarter strategy. Hard workout Mondays and Tuesdays. Wednesdays off. Hard workouts Thursdays and Fridays. Weekends off. Then in 2023, I started Ocrevus.
Ocrevus targets and depletes B cells that express the CD20 marker, a population of immune cells believed to play a key role in MS. Importantly, B cells also serve as reservoirs for the Epstein-Barr virus, a virus strongly implicated in the development of MS. By eliminating these CD20 positive B cells, Ocrevus may reduce EBV activity, helping to calm the immune system and reduce the mistaken attack on myelin.
And then in 2025, I added niacin and niacinamide.
Niacin and its amide form, niacinamide, have shown promise in supporting myelin repair in preclinical studies. Niacin boosts NAD+ levels, which are essential for cellular repair, oligodendrocyte precursor cell maturation, and reducing oxidative stress.
That's when everything accelerated. More strength, better coordination, deeper sleep. I feel more alive than I ever have. But niacin didn't start this. Crocker did. That first lift did. The fear did. And now, I still don't know what MS will do next. But I'm not afraid of it anymore. Because I've already faced down everything it used to scare me with. Loss, loneliness, uncertainty, fatigue, fear. And I'm still here. Stronger, clearer, focused. I'm not just surviving MS. I'm building a life that MS has no control over. And if you've made it this far, you can too.